until people start commenting.
Yeah.
Just because it might take a few seconds for them to jump in.
Okay. What you drinking on?
But now we just wait. Yeah, so your picture. Oh, I got some Maker's Mark and Diet Pepsi.
Oof. I can't be doing that. I'm
trying to stay away from beer.
I'm the opposite.
Yeah, your picture froze up on my end. You're kind of broken up.
I don't know. It just might be your internet. I'm in my house right now just for the simple fact that it's Arctic outside.
Yo, well, you look good there. I can see your eyes moving.
Okay.
I guess it's working.
Yeah. Are we live?
Yeah, we are. We are. We just haven't got no comments yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I've been slacking on the channel lately, so I know people probably coming in. They'll come in a second, I'm assuming.
Yeah, me too, man. Like I just did all that stuff to my truck, and then the weather's miserable. So
that's a little better now. Yeah, that's a lot better.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Vader, we got 6 on live stream right now. All right. So welcome back, you guys. There we go. Oh, everybody's in now. Welcome back, you guys. Thank you for joining today. Live stream Sunday evening-ish, a little after 6 East Coast time. So I appreciate you guys joining. It's gonna be a fun live stream. We're gonna turn up, ask a bunch. You guys can ask a bunch of questions. I got my special guest / buddy Eric on the channel, aka OKC67. He has a YouTube channel as well in conjunction with his Instagram. We're just here to have a good time tonight. You know, answer questions y'all got out there, and we're gonna go from there, man. So as soon as y'all want to ask questions, we got 9 people in the live stream. I'll make sure to mention it several times. Make sure you smash the thumbs up. Stream channel gets it out there. We got 11 out. Thank you everybody for joining. If you got any questions, by all means, I encourage you to ask. Eric has recently done some new things on his truck build that we'll later on get into. So I'm excited about. So once again, thank you guys so much, man. So John, so I'm reading the first question here. So it says here, John Sosa said, "What's all done to the 6.7 Mega?" I don't know if you're referring that question to me or if you're probably talking about me because it says what size protectors you got in. But Eric, if you guys didn't know, Eric also has a Mega Cab 6.7. He has a 4th gen now. I got a 3rd gen. So if you guys ask questions, make sure you aim it to one of us. But what's all done to my 6.7? A lot, man. I got a video recently I put up a couple weeks ago where I explained every single thing done to my truck. Everything done to my truck. Story short, 10.5-inch lift, 24x14 fuel forge on 40s, compound turbos, 50% over injectors. What else? Dual fueler, air. I mean, I got a lot of stuff, man. It's a lot. We can dive into it some more, but that's the big gist of it. So thank you. It's good to see you, Reginald.
What's up, Reginald? Yeah, I've seen him over there.
Yeah, he's always jumping in. We were just talking about this, Eric.
Yeah, how's y'all's weather, man? It's a blizzard condition in Oklahoma right now. It's about 7 degrees with like a -17 wind chill. So you see me looking out my window. There's kids out there playing. That's why I'm keep out there looking. But it's pretty bad. Yeah.
Man, yeah, the weather where I'm at, man, Eastern North Carolina, it's been raining all week, cold. It's just that grimy, nasty weather. Nobody wants to do anything outside. But you know, it could be worse.
It sucks, man, because I put the new wheels and tires on, and we're instantly into this freaking snowy, crappy weather.
I know.
And so I'm whatever, man.
I was like, Eric, you're get a break, man.
Nope. But even my wife's sick. She's like, man, you're crappy. I was like, yep, I hate this weather. It puts me in a crappy mood.
Yeah.
It's got me looking at houses in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, come on down to the. That's what's up. y'all have snow rolling over there? No snow where I'm at. But
a lot in Oklahoma.
You got snow, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're supposed to get 10 to 15 inches.
I'm good.
Yep, me too.
Here we go. Eric, I think this is towards you, man.
They're good, man. Everything's looking good. They're covered in snow right now. They're kind of filthy compared to what they were and when you guys had seen the pictures and when I did the video. But they're good, man. No complaints. They ride great. Tires are awesome. So everything's working out. Pretty pumped. Pretty much drained my funds for playing with the truck for a little bit. So
it happens.
Yeah.
So what? Okay, so we got some people. So we got 17 folks in the live stream. Thank you all for joining. So some of these people might not know, Eric. What wheels did you recently go with on your truck?
So I went with the American Force 24x14 morphs or concave wheel. So there's not a lot of those wheels. I guess there are when it comes to the concave series. You see a lot of Genesis. You see a lot of the other ones. You don't see too many morphs. The morphs are the reason I went with them is I just like the style. So it's a little different too with the fitment of mine is for tires. I went for 375 40R24 Toyota Open Countries, and I couldn't find the combo that I'm running. There's nobody else out there I've seen run this combo. So I'm on a 6-inch BDS lift, which that was going to rub, and I had to put a spacer on top. So I did the Wicked Manufacturing or Wicked Trucks leveling kit on top, and honestly the ride is still the same. So there was a little trimming done. I was actually surprised at how little there was, how little they had to trim when they put it on. So it rides great.
Oh, yeah.
Loving the new setup.
Hell yeah, that's legit, man. That's dope. So you guys know now what wheel setup he has. So if you want to see it like on YouTube, make sure you check out his channel, OKC67. That way he has videos on there showing his new wheel setup. It looks good. It looks good. It looks real good.
Thanks, man.
I think, yeah, it's sick. Me and him were talking back and forth for the longest because we were like, I'm like, when's the wheels coming in? He's like, I don't know, man. They need to come in soon. We were just going back and forth. It's
like 15 weeks, man. It was a wait.
Yeah.
It was right.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
And then you told me about American Force and movement and stuff like that. So that definitely played a role. All right, you prefer a 3rd gen or a 4th gen? So me personally, that's a double-edged sword.
Be real.
Yeah, Eric's already started.
Yep.
That's a double-edged sword. So Joe, to answer your question, I'm gonna say I prefer a 4th gen. If I had to choose, if I had a 3rd gen and a 4th gen, let's say a Laramie Mega Cab side by side, I'm gonna have to go with the 4th gen. I mean, when they came out with the 4th gen and redid the interior completely, it's beautiful. It's a really nice truck. And that was the biggest downfall for me on the 3rd gen is the interior. That's where Dodge dropped the ball at back when it was Chrysler owned. By the time the 4th gen came around, Fiat got their hands in the pot, and I think they were one of the main factors in driving in terms of, hey, we need to come out with some more modern looking stuff. But me personally, I'm gonna take a 4th gen.
I like the 4th gen for an everyday driver, but if I was, eventually I want to build a play toy, a street truck, a race truck. And if I'm going to do that, I'm thinking I'm going to do a late model 3rd gen. I think that'd be perfect platform for that. Reason being is the 48 RE, just to get away from a 68 when you start putting a lot of power to the ground and racing it. So 3rd gen for a play toy, 4th gen for an everyday driver, just because of the interior amenities, it just doesn't get better.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and that's good. Yeah, man. I mean, shoot, even the 4th gen, I looked at the interior on the 4th gen limited Laramie, and that's pretty nice interior. Like people talk about the 5th gens, but the 4th gens had their premium packages were real. I mean, even the Laramies are nice as hell. I just like.
That's what I got.
Yeah, I mean, it looks really good to me.
Yeah.
Shoot, 1st gen or 3rd gen, your preference? I'll let you, Eric. You want to take this one first?
So I'm kind of partial, like. Honestly, man, I've been looking at a lot of 1st gens lately. I've been looking at like a 1st gen 12 valve, like a 2-wheel drive, kind of doing like a race setup. I've been searching all over the country trying to find one. I found one in North Carolina, believe it or not. I think I even sent you the link, Cam. It's been a month ago, but it finally sold. For 1st gen, I want to build a 12 valve. I think it'd just be something different. It's a traditional, it's like almost like playing with a a Chevy 350. They're so easy to work on. It's all mechanical. You can throw it in anything. But 12, I say if I had a preference right now, I would say first gen.
Yeah. Yeah. So Vader, for that question, it's kind of vague. If you're saying if you had to choose on the spot which one, first or third, I'm probably gonna go with a third gen, right on the money, just because they're a little bit more comfortable. Technology and it's a little newer, nicer. Although 12 valves are legendary, notorious engines for being known as reliable and workhorses, there is a bad side that comes with it, and it's a reason why they don't make it no more. You know what I'm saying? I had the firsthand experience, and I talked about it in my one video where I talked about the Snap-on toolbox. But I had my experience working on a first gen or a 12 valve first gen engine, and we did a P pump swap. It kind of sucked. I'm not gonna lie. That's the easiest way to say it. Kind of sucked. It was a whole new ballpark. So on our trucks, we can plug up tuner and tell the engine what to do, what we want to do. Hey, advance the timing. Hey, cut back on fuel. We can tell it what to do. On a first gen, you can't tell it what to do. You have to make it do what you want to do mechanically. And it comes with its pros and cons. Being mechanical, you don't have to worry about computers failing. You don't have to worry about errors and stuff like that. It's all user operated. So, whatever you do to the engine is what it's going to do. So it's like you can't blame it on anything else. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I was watching a video earlier today from Dynamite Diesel, and I forgot the owner's name, but he was showing how to do timing, advanced timing on the P pump. And it's not hard, but it is something where you kind of want to be well versed in it before you dive into it, because it's basically a camshaft on the engine essentially with the barn tool, and you have to do a little mathematical equation. So, but I would take a third gen. Long, short answer. It's a good question though.
Yeah.
Oh, we got one for you, Eric.
Any update on the dually? So I've been getting that question a lot. I probably do need to update you guys on my channel. Currently, the dually is at a shop. The transmission is pretty much shot. We tried to do what we could with it. There was a fitting on there that was leaking. We tried to tighten it down. Long story short, ended up cracking the case. So they got to pull the transmission. We're not going to do it in the driveway. So we took it to a buddy's shop. He's pulling it right now. And I think we're going to get a overhaul on the transmission, and we'll go from there. We'll see exactly what we can do. That transmission is a fully built prototype transmission from Suncoast, apparently. It's what I've been told. I don't know the full details on it, but that's the guy who built it, what he told me. So they're going to pull all that off. They're going to fix it. They're going to pretty much rebuild the transmission. We're going to throw it back in there and go from there. James is kind of up in the air as if he's going to trade it in on something newer or just sell it outright. And it's just, to me, honestly, when we got this truck, everything was going. It looked like it was going to be a fairly simple build. And people know, when you start flipping cars, you can run into some major issues with some. And this one is definitely something that was kind of above my experience level or my comfort level, because I don't want to put my name on something, sell it to somebody, and then it blows up or does something else. So that's why we took it to the shop, and it's kind of hasn't been on the channel much lately. But when we get it up and running, I'll definitely update you guys and let you know the full story.
Oh. So we got Reginald saying third gen life. All right, man. 5'9" with the 6.7 crank, 12 valve rods for a party truck. That's interesting. I've never heard of that before. But
I haven't either.
I don't even.
Does that make it like a 6'4"?
Yeah, it could. You would have to use it might be. I don't know. I'm gonna be real. That might be what. No, well, I'm pretty sure what makes it a 6'4" is when you go from a 5'9" and they bore it out. If I'm correct, I don't know, because that's the only way I can think of going. You can't go from a 6'7" to a 6'4" because I don't know how that's. Yeah,
so I know Greg A has I think they call his like a 6'4", his motor he's got in there, but he's got some crazy hybrid.
That might be something, because I was thinking about like the cranks part, like with 5'9" pistons connect to a 6'7" crank, but they might have the same rods, to be honest. But I don't know, just bigger pistons. So Oh, that's interesting. And 12 overall. Okay, I see that. Okay. I'm curious if that's a thing right there.
I actually saw something on Instagram the other day. You know, Josh over at Truckmaster, how he's building that second gen from his brother-in-law. His brother-in-law actually posted a picture on Instagram, and I didn't know this, but he posted a picture of every generation from like the early 80s to current pistons inside of these motors, from an old 12 valve to the first gen 5.9 on up until the most common rail to the most recent 6.7 common rail. And I was actually learned something from that.
Really?
So, yeah, if you guys haven't checked it out, it's 1045 Cummins, I think is his name on Instagram.
Yeah.
He actually has that picture. Yep, him. So I was like, that was interesting to learn.
Hell yeah, I didn't know that. So we got something from Wesley. You may have covered this already, but are you running your stock harmonic balancer? That's something you plan on changing out. So for my truck, Wesley, yes, it is the same stock one. I know a lot of cats will put a fluid dampener on there. I haven't really looked into it because that's more of like, so the whole reason, if I'm correct, why they run the aftermarket balancers is because it helps balance the crank out. It takes out any imbalances in it. That usually starts to kick in more on the racing application. Your daily drivers, slightly modified trucks, I would like to assume that doesn't play as big of a role. But once you start spinning that crank at 5,000 RPM, 4,500 RPMs, then yeah, absolutely. But I mean, I don't go over 3,500 RPMs on my truck. So in my mind, I viewed it as not being a necessity or like something that was needing attention. But yeah.
Same. I've looked at them, but I've never actually went and bought one.
Yeah,
I just don't think it's applicable for my application.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. I mean, some people argue it's stuff. I do know that I heard it was either the second gens or the first gens had issues with the stock balancers cracking or splitting, something like that. So I've seen a lot of cats with second gens and first gens put a fluid dampener on theirs. But these third gens and newers, I don't think that's too big of a thing.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. What's up, Juan? It's good to see you in the live stream, bro. The old motor is a 05 Cummins version of a 383 stroker.
I think that's what he's talking about, like we were referring to his 6.4.
Yep. Oh, the super power driven. Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. So we got Eric's asking, would you buy a third-gen Cummins with 210,000 miles on it? I already know my answer, but Eric, what you got on this, man?
I would just say, yes. Long story short, yes. But I would, I'd want to know some story. I want to know a background. I want to know who's owned it. That's kind of my going route with things when it comes to buying used trucks, especially like 210,000 miles that people say, oh, it's just broken in. But, to me, that's high mileage. Anything over 100,000 miles, 150,000 miles, that's high mileage to me. I don't care if it's a diesel or not. But just do a thorough inspection. If you're not familiar with the trucks, just take a buddy with you that does know more about it and just look it over. And if everything looks fine, then I wouldn't mind buying it. But the thing that worries me about buying older trucks with these kind of miles is when people beat the crap out of them. That's what worries me. Hence, what's happened with the third gen dually right now.
Yeah. And I love what you first mentioned, the background story behind it. Because I actually made a video talking about this. What's a good mileage to buy a diesel or Cummins? And you nailed it on the head when that opening sentence. The back, who took care of it? Is it 210,000 miles farm truck, bone stock? Your older gentleman was using it to haul hay around.
Yeah.
Or is it a 210,000 mile Cummins with hack jobs? Chinese turbo. It's not the number, what I'm saying? It's like that saying, ain't nothing but a number. It's kind of
how
like
it was driven. Yeah.
Exactly. It was how it was driven, how it was taken care of, you know what I'm saying? When it comes so to answer your question, I would say yes, I would, but obviously I would want to look at the truck and see the condition of the engine. It's not hard to tell if these trucks were beat down unless it was not running when you purchased it. If it's a driving truck, you can tell if it's been beat and abused. Because there's little things that stick out, obviously, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, Juan said he's in the 900 club. Nick, you making some power, bro. That's good.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh yeah, Juan, drop One sec, Juan, drop your Instagram down in the comment section. So my boy Juan got a fortune. It's actually really nice. He's on Instagram. It's like White Phantom Zero, I believe, or Phantom something. Drop your IG down, y'all. Check out his Instagram. It's really good. It's really beautiful fortune.
I'm trying to pull it up right now. I think
I'm sorry,
we follow each other.
Off, man.
No, I'm just trying to follow it, man. I'm actually going to go look it up. I'm pretty sure we follow each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Black and silver.
Yeah. That's clean.
He's got the wide wheels just like me. Is he a 375 guy?
I think 472. You talking about turbo?
No, I'm talking about his tires.
Oh, I don't know. You'd have to ask him. Juan, what size your tires are? All my comments freeze up. Oh, we got a dude, a guest in the building. What is up?
We got Steve.
Projects. Yeah, Steve up in the house.
Busy man himself.
No, right?
Yep.
Oh, here we go, Eric. Justin's asking a question about you.
Oh, so LKC waiting on my compressor housing from Evo 5. Nice. 467. What else is done to it, Justin? Let us know, man. Yep. Juan said he's 375, 40R24. So,
yep. It's nice, man. He got built ATS trans. I think he said it was stage 4, the full top line ATS trans built. 472 turbo injectors. I don't remember what size injectors he has. Tune in the whole 9 yards. So it is a pretty nice truck.
Yeah.
It's cold in Houston. We will see if Texas diesel fuel suppliers were ready for this cold weather. Adrian's there on the spot, man. So if y'all didn't know, Adrian B in the comments, that's the AMSO dude I always talk about whenever I do my AMSO videos and stuff. Hit up Adrian if you need AMSO. This is him. All right. His info is always in the bottom of the descriptions in the videos and whatnot. Yeah, Steve, we know you're a busy man over there enjoying that retirement life. Look at that. You got Reginald asking about that retirement. Everybody know who Steve is.
Yep. Beast Projects, the man.
Rolly Fab is currently designing the second kit for the 5th gen. Ooh, that's going to look nice. That is going to look nice. Heck yeah. Well,
what color are you going with, Steve?
Yeah, without giving out too much info, if you want to. Also, what color is it? And also, what size? Because I want to know.
Yeah. I doubt he's going to give all that up.
Yeah, I was going
to say. You guys are putting me out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see him right now. Watch. Oh, 150 over Exergy Squeeze dual pump kit. So he's in 900 club. I got you. And he was about to sell this truck. And it's a beautiful 4th gen too. He was going to sell it. I told him, I don't know why. It's a nice truck.
Juan, what do you use your truck for, man? Because I'm kind of in the same boat with what I want to do. I'm thinking 100% in 12 mil, but that's down the road. That's down the road for me. It's the crap is everything else I need to do is actually it's going to have to wait. It's just expensive.
Yeah, it is. I got to that stopping point. My truck, my stopping point on my engine was when I put the injectors in. When I did the injectors and the valve springs, I was like, I got push rods. Yes, I'll do push rods just for the assurance. But besides the push rods, the trans, like I'm not messing with that engine no more. It's right where I want it at. I can do a lot with it. It's still usable and versatile. You know what I'm saying? Steve said he's still up in the air. TBD. All right, then, bro.
Let Heather pick the color, Steve. That's what I did.
Ooh, that'd be good.
The color of your truck, the turbo, man. Just tell her like what she cannot pick. Give her like 2 options, like yellow or something. So I told my wife I wouldn't do yellow, like the Caterpillar yellow. Let her pick it, man. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, I don't know.
I told my wife I was like, if you pick Tiffany blue, I was like, I'll do Tiffany blue. I don't even care. Pink, I'll do pink.
That's what Bertrand 850 wrapped his Duramax at one point, I think. Tiffany blue.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool.
I thought it was cool too. I liked it because he's from Florida. I feel like that was like a Florida, like kind of like that Miami Vice type thing.
Then he did it like coral. I think he did it coral after that. Yeah, that was pretty, almost like a pink.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, he did. Yep, I remember now. Heck yeah. You guys run the FSD trans lines? Me personally, no, I don't.
No.
I just never really had a reason to. My trans lines don't leak or nothing. So, but I've heard they're really good. I've talked to Kevin personally, and I know him personally. A lot of people do. I know a lot of people on the older Cummins run them, the first gen, second gen, because apparently on the 47 or the 48, one of those, it was very common for the trans lines to either crack and rub, or rub and crack, or rub and leak, or the fittings would just blow out. I don't know. But on my truck, I've never had those issues. So no, I got stock lines. Yeah. Well, so Juan's saying it's just a daily. If that, I hardly drive them, traveling the world, working at military bases, doing commercial roofing. So on that comment, so if y'all didn't know, Eric, I don't know if you know, but Juan has been at my house like probably like 2 or 3 times. So he repaired, him and his brother and some dudes. They're in a construction company and a roofing company. He came to my job, my building, and fixed the roof on my building from Texas.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So I met up with them because I saw when they came, bro. They showed up and they had. I'm seeing a lifted 4th gen, like 12-inch, 10-inch lift. I see a lift. This 7.3 red power stroke on 20. I'm like, who are these people? Like, I don't see this where I live at on a normal day. Like, I don't see that. So, and I see them behind my building where I work at on base, and I see them, and I'm like, oh snap! And then they take pictures and tag me on Instagram, and then they're like, oh okay, so then you start shooting shit and
Nice.
stuff. But yeah, so that's just a little little FYI or fun fact or something. Heck yeah. Nick says, having issues with my 3rd gen. RPM slight hang in 2nd gear. Brand new SB dual disc. Had SB DD.
Dual disc clutch, I guess.
That's the only thing I can think of. Had injectors tested by Flux. All good. Any issues? Any ideas, dude? RPM slight hang in 2nd gear. On a G56 manual, I'm gonna be real. I'm not too schooled up on the manuals just because I've always had automatic. And the 68. If it was a 68, I'll tell you right now that torque converter or that clutch pack is going bye-bye. But on a manual, did you change your SMB, SBS, South Bend? Okay, so yeah, South Bend is yeah. To be honest, bro, I don't know anything. Eric, anything you can think of?
I'm only thinking like engine related, like as a CP3 or your relief valve or something, but I don't think that has anything to do with it hanging.
Yeah, I mean, if it was losing power going into 2nd, or while you were in 2nd going into 3rd, I would say maybe your fuel rub pressure is dropping before you shift. Maybe it might be a bad sensor or something. But yeah, I'm sorry, bro. I ain't got nothing good there. That's one thing I would like to get a little bit more versed in is on the G56 / NB5600 side, just the manual Cummins, just because I never had one. So every now and then I'll get a random subscriber or follower to ask me a question about it, and I can't really help them out because I'm not too well versed in that. So that's something I definitely like to get good at. Yeah, see, one was telling his story.
Yeah, I saw that down there.
Shout out from Raleigh, NC. So we got 25 people in the live stream right now. So you guys, real quick, I haven't mentioned it in a while, but if you're interested, I got my wheels on my truck are for sale / trade. Okay. Currently, I got 24x14 fuel forge FF05s on 3-inch Netto tires. They are for sale, $4,500, $4,500, or best offer. The offers I would accept is 26x16 polished wheels. Obviously, I would throw something in on my end if it comes with the tires, or 26x14 polished forged wheels. I'm in the Eastern North Carolina area, but I'm willing to drive to South Carolina, Georgia, AV, Tennessee. That's like a 10-hour drive. Virginia, I'll drive to Virginia. You know what I'm saying? Anywhere surrounding North Carolina, I'm down to drive to. So if you know anybody looking for some 24x14s, I've bought a really good deal for the wheel setup that I have. I'm not gonna say and tell you why and all that. I'm just telling you it is a good deal. Just get on Marketplace and you'll find out why I said that. And then if you have 26s and you want to trade, I can make it worth your while, definitely. So, but yeah, Manny Chico, what up, brother? I did a filter change on a 14 Ram, 68 RP trans, and now I got a P0934 code. All right, so Manny, it sucks that happened, but I don't have an answer off the top of my head. So what I do is I get on, and this is not me being smart, this is me just because some people don't know this. They really don't. So what I do is I get on my phone and I'll type in 67 Cummins, and then I'll type in the error code. So you got a P, and I'm looking this up for you right now as we talk, brother. We got a P0934. We'll look it up. As we look it up, stuff will pop up. All right. So it's saying there's a line sensor circuit low. Okay. So what that could potentially mean is maybe your line pressure sensor is bad. My follow-on question would be, have you done any recent trans tuning? Reason why I'm saying that is because you reset your trans pressure up to, let's say, more than 225 or 250. If you bumped it up past 225 with a stock pressure sensor for your transmission, it won't sense it. It's moving too fast to sense it. That's why I'm saying it. I did that before, and I had an issue with that. If you didn't do that, then obviously I would look into this route. Now, not only did I pull this up so you can see that, but up below it, right there, Cummins forums. All right, the forums is going to be your ticket. So what you would do is you would just click on this, and you can do, and I say y'all can do this for anything. I've had check engine lights on my truck before, and I had no idea what it was. I type in 67 Cummins P0 whatever or P2 whatever, and I go straight to the forums, and it tells me what it is. But to answer your question though, Manny, low pressure trans. Okay, so check that out, man. But that's just FYI. I don't have a textbook answer for you. I just apologize. I don't want to sound like I know it. I really don't. I'm just rude, but I do research and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully that'll point you in the right direction. DD's 45 over, 12 mil. Oh, nice. You got some goodies going on there.
Right there, yeah.
The BD 45% over. BD makes some good stuff out there. BD's 12 mil pump. Heck yeah. All right, I lost the comments. Let me try to get back to them. So Juan got a question. He says, have y'all seen the clear radiator hose replacement? What y'all think about it? I'm thinking of parts to order. I have not seen that. Send me that on the side.
Have you seen it? Yeah, but the only thing I would say is, like, if you're all the rust inside your radiator and stuff, eventually it's going to look like crap. So probably look cool at first when it's all flushed out and clean, but that's the only thing that I would worry about. And I don't know if you guys have seen, WC Fab is coming out with a Y pipe now for people with a Y connector, that plastic Y connector on the 1314s. They shared that the other day on their Instagram.
I didn't know. Oh yeah, that's right. Because they had two radiators for 13 or 12 to 13 or something like that.
I think it's 13 to 14. I deleted mine. That was one of the mods that I did on mine.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
All right. So Adrian's asking, do you guys think the newer trucks coming off the factory floor with their reasonable price drive for folks to use and pre-2007 market? For me personally, yes and no. And the reason why I say yes is because you always have that market out there that one, they can't just straight afford that. Like myself, I can't afford a $75,000 truck. That's just out of the question. Number two, depending on where they live, they might be legally limited in terms of what they can do. I can see that happening in the future. Definitely your 07s and older, I can see them gaining value.
They are. If you look out there, man, people are asking an arm and a leg for these things right now.
I mean, look at California. When I was in California, if you go on Craigslist on California or Marketplace, and you look up like a 2003 Power Stroke, they're going for the mid-high teens. And that's not like I'm not talking about an OBS one. That's like, OBS is like 25,000 out there. They're going for pretty pennies just because they know what value those trucks have. You know what I'm saying? In California, anything 97 and older that's diesel is exempt from smog. So people are looking for them left and right.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was out there, man, for almost 5 years. I've dealt with that stuff. Well, I didn't have to, luckily, because I'm from Florida. But sure.
Maybe that's why D-Max Rhino has all those OBS Fords. Makes sense now.
What do you think, though, Eric, about Adrian's question?
I think you hit the nail on the head, man. Everything is going up price-wise just because of the shortage of vehicles coming out to manufacturers, and also just an $80,000 price tag on these trucks. So me personally, if I wanted to buy brand new, I'd have to sell my truck, get the positive equity, make a down payment, and buy the new truck, and probably not be able to do anything to it. So I think it's going to drive a lot of people to the used market, and I think that's why the used market prices are going up. I know dealerships around here are giving top dollar right now for trade-ins, like what clean retail is what they're giving for trade-ins, like crazy. So
yeah, that's just the economy we're living in. And Josh over on Truckmaster, he made a very good video. I think I'm gonna make a video talking something about it, but the electric market. That's another big thing. I don't know if you guys know, but GM, and I read about it, GM's planning to have, I think, all electric vehicles by like 2035 or something like that. And it's real. It's 100% real. We've already seen, I don't know about y'all, but I'm pretty sure I've seen diesel prices, gas prices have already gone back up since January. I'm paying, last November, I was paying $65, $60 to fill up my truck. Now I'm paying over 85 to fill up my truck. So that's just the market we live in. But what I tell people is if you got a good truck and you love it and it's the way you want it, tune, delete it, whatever, hold on to it, enjoy it, Hell yeah. Commonwealth Cody asked, do you still like those new headlights? You going to paint them? Yeah, Cody, they're doing good, man. I like them. I have no problems with them. Very bright, very pretty. A lot of people get compliments all the time by people about the headlights. I'm a big fan of the sequential turn signals in conjunction with the just that light output, and they look really good. They're sleek. In terms of painting them, I'm not sold on painting them yet, color matching them, just because, like I mentioned in the video when I installed it, I do have plans to wrap the truck. I don't know when I'm going to wrap it. It will get wrapped eventually. I just know when. When I do wrap it, I don't want to be stuck with, let's say I wrap my truck pink. I don't want to be stuck with a pink truck and clear or white headlights, white $1,000 headlights. You know what I'm saying? So I'm leaving them clear just because I get the most bang for my buck. I can use, if they stay clear, chrome, I can use them on any color wrap I want. I got the forged wheels, all that good stuff. So, yeah. Oh, snap. So Juan commented on top of what I talked about with the wheels. So he said if anyone is here located in Texas that wants them, he'll be willing to get the wheels and meet. So what Juan's saying is basically is like, if you want my wheels and you're in Texas, he can get them to you because he's actually from Texas. Me and Juan on the side, we talk more in depth about it and stuff. So if you're in Texas, if you want these wheels, don't be afraid to hit me up. Still coming out to Texas in the spring for the trans, everything. It's up in the air. I got a lot of stuff in terms of work and my career going on where my time is starting to get a little limited. Things are going to be changing in terms of what I'm doing for work here within the next 3 to 4 months. It might affect the YouTube channel a little bit, but I fully expect to still make videos, just maybe not as frequently. I can't say spring just because spring's next month, March. I'm not going to say spring. I'll be out there, but I plan on being out there. Just for as of right now, I just don't know when. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? You got a compliment from Steve.
Yeah, buddy. Oh, Miller Latte.
Miller Lattes. Cam, have you thought about doing a 4th gen? Let's say I got a random message. Make sure ain't nobody want to help me. Okay, that's the okay. Have you thought about doing a 4th gen seat swap? Just did one on my 08 Mega Cab and loving it. I've had a lot of people hit me up asking me, would I do that? Or I've thought about it hard and pretty. If I did 4th gen seat swaps, the only seats I would put in my truck would be the 4th gen the Longhorn seats, the brown ones, the one Brian Mayer put in that Ram he has. Problem is those are $4,500, $5,000 chairs, and we're talking front passenger, center console, and then right passenger, or front driver, sorry, and then right passenger. They're expensive. I was looking on eBay. To be honest with you, I don't have a problem with my third gen seats, especially because I got the leather ones. They're heated. They're Laramie seats. I don't have a problem with them. I need to change the foam pad on the driver's seat and change out we're gonna say the leather, even though it's not really leather. But I need to change that out. I kind of like the seats though, because why? Is because every generation Dodge has some sort of nostalgia to it. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's something as stupid as the second gen having the nostalgia for crack dashes all the time. You know what I'm saying? The little things like that is what makes that generation truck unique. And in my opinion, third gen seats in a third gen, that's just one thing that contributes to the third gen community. You know what I'm saying? So I thought about it. I don't know if I'll do it though, but it's something to do. My '08 Ram has vibration. Please help, Daniel. That's gonna be a vague one, man. What I'll say is it can be multiple things. You gotta give me a little something more than that. Do you have a single piece drive shaft? Do you have a 2-piece drive shaft? When was the last time you did wheel bearings, ball joints? Let's see.
Your transfer case clocked.
Transfer case, clock and ring, track bar. You know what I'm saying? Track bar's bad. That's a whole can of tuna, can of worms digging into. So just some more deets though. Any knowledge I got, if you describe to me what all you've done so far, I'm more than welcome to help you out, man. Yeah, Steve, I'm with you right there with the electric vehicles. I know.
Yeah.
Hot pink cam, black wheels. Oh Lord have mercy. I've been looking for a cleaning or earlier fourth gen up here in Alberta. Everyone wants a Fortune front. That's rough. Well, I can believe that though, especially up there if it's clean, because y'all got that snow, man. Y'all got that Arctic tundra up there. So if you get a clean truck up there, I feel like that's like a diamond in the rough.
And that's one thing too. Like when I've been searching for vehicles, is trying to find a vehicle from the South, trying to find a not rusted out vehicle, because I personally don't want to deal with it or have to pay for it. So I've always been looking like Arizona, New Mexico, freaking Southern California, and Texas.
Yeah, man. I mean, and they got some, and you'll find some good trucks in your Georgias, your Carolinas. Your Tennessee's hit and miss because Tennessee has portions of it. Well, most of it gets snow. But it just depends where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Louisiana, you get a good deal down there too. But definitely Texas and Florida. That's where people go to. And a thing people don't know about with Florida is I don't know why, but like down south there, Floridians do not know the value of a diesel truck. I follow certain Instagram pages that down in Florida, and they sell diesel trucks, and they're selling them for a couple grand more than a gasser. And you might say, oh, well, it has more mileage or something. Well, no, they're actually really good trucks. They just sell them cheaper down there.
Yeah.
But yeah. Have any of you looked into the Phoenix Automotive Tesla style head units? If I get one for my Ram since the radio's out there.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've seen it on Instagram. It's pretty much just a long. It's similar to the 5th gen style radio.
I think I've seen them too.
Yeah, it's like a Chinese Taiwan company that makes them. I've looked into that. I've seen that. I like my radio. It does everything for me.
Yeah, I like my Uconnect. It works great.
Yeah,
One thing I wish is I had Apple CarPlay, but
I feel like if you took the RAM and want Apple CarPlay, I feel like they'll do it for you. Like it has to be an update or something. You know what I'm saying?
It's not an update. It's a whole new infotainment center. It's like $1,700. I've already looked into it. Yeah,
I got you. Yeah. Steve said my internet keeps bugging out.
I just saw it too.
Where were we now? Seen the previous video that you had a speedometer calibrated where everything is accurate. Now, what mod or what did you do to that? I got a 3rd gen, just got 5.9. Use the CTS3. Calibrate the tires. I just bought the speedometer. I just bought the Rough Country tire calibrator. That's all I bought.
I know an EasyLink platform you can actually put in your tire size, so it helps you with that.
And the Easy Link will calibrate it for your truck too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it will. Steve, back me up on this if you're still on here, but I'm pretty sure that's what you do because I just put 36 and it actually has a GPS speed and you just go off your dash as well. And mine is off by like half a mile an hour, but it's crazy close.
So we got Felix saying, I get a humming noise when going 30 miles an hour. Anything high and lower, it goes away. 12 RAM, 2-piece drive shaft. Any ideas? A humming noise. So, I mean, if it's only at that speed, I'd be willing to bet. I would say tires.
I would say tires or your disc. Maybe you have some warped brakes.
Only at 30 miles an hour. It could be.
Or even a carrier bearing.
30 pounds. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because he has a 2-piece drive shaft. Yeah. Yeah, carrier bearing. Tires. Balancing tire balance is a big thing. A lot of people sleep on that. They don't understand how balancing tires and running the right air pressure, it plays a huge role in how a truck will drive, especially when you get off the aftermarket rims. Yeah, I would look into those. And U-joints. U-joints could be another thing too. Check your U-joints. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. I have a third gen. I'm running 37, 6-inch, 1-piece drive shaft. It only has 89K. This was the dude that was saying get the vibration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should have an indexing ring kit on that. That's fine. I mean, vibration, I would look at tires, man. The 37s, depending on what brand of tire you have.
Yeah. Balance. Check your tires. Make sure they get their balance correctly. If they're bead balanced, me personally, I am not a fan of bead balancing. I despise them. I had them. When I had my Anthem 22x14s with 37s, they were bead balanced, and it rode good while the tires were brand new for the first maybe 4 or 5 months, and then after that, or not even, probably like the first 2 or 3 months, and after that, it kind of just it's not the same. When I went back to weight balancing, that was the best thing I ever did. Also rotate your tires. You know, if you got mud tires and you haven't rotated them in like 10,000 miles, they'll start to develop like the lugs will start getting disproportionate.
On the outside, they wear down faster.
Yeah,
from the tail.
Yeah, and it'll sound like a tank, like a tracks just going down the road.
Yeah.
If you already balance your tires and you rotated them, the tires are fine. Always also have a tire out of balance, like a bad tire. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how new your tires are, or if your tires are old, maybe it's time for new tires too. Yeah, and then index ring too. Index ring plays a big role into it because what was I saying? Because when I had my 5-inch rough country and I did a 2.5-inch spacer, the index ring, I didn't have it on there, and I did notice a vibration between 50 and like 60, 65 miles an hour. But then when I put my index ring kit on now with a 10-inch lift, I have no vibration on the highway, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
So, all right, Steve, brother, take it easy, man. It was good. Thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah, good chatting with you, bro.
Hell yeah. You have long arms. Yeah. Well, I don't. Well, he's talking to Daniel.
Yeah.
All right, so maybe comments. I don't know if comments are glitching or anything. But in the meantime, while you guys got 20 in the live stream, just want to put it out there. Make sure you hit the like button. I'm going to go make me another drink. Oh, we got a new question from Sam. Any opinion on the 4R100 swap? Have you seen any of them in person? Experience? Short answer for me is no, but I'm not sure about Eric. But I'm running dry.
Yeah, Sam, I'm not sure. I'm not too familiar with the 4R100 swaps. I don't know exactly what what year it is. Let me know, and what your intentions are. So a lot of people, they swap away from the 68 because they hear the horror stories of it breaking all the time. But just, I don't know. For me, if I was going to swap to anything, it'd be a 48. That's just me. I know it's a 4-speed instead of a 6-speed, and some people worry about that. But there's tons of videos out there that's showing that people can drive with them, tow with them just fine. I'm just not sure. I think, it's a 4R100. I'm not sure exactly what that's from either. I just haven't done much research. Steve Beast Projects is out of here. Your vibration. So Daniel, your vibration is between 55 and 70. Man, I would look at balancing for sure. And his U joints, I would check U joints, ball joints, everything like that. Just kind of lift the tire up, shake it around, see if you're getting anything out of that as well. Especially when you start putting these bigger tires on these trucks and your mileage, it's about that time.
Yeah, when you 55 and 70, man. But as soon as you said that, I'm gonna say, just like Eric said, tire balancing and an index ring. Do you have an index ring on your transfer case? Do you know if you do? If you don't, you probably don't have one. But if you do, if you don't have one, that's gonna be a prime suspect. And then tire balancing is gonna be number 2. And then after that, that's when you start looking at, like, are my tires old? Ball joints kind of play a role into that vibration, but not a whole lot. And track bar can do that too. So yeah, but most likely it's one of those first 2 we mentioned. Does Juan do payment plan for them wheels? I don't know. Ask him, man. Shoot. What's up, though? What else you guys got? So we're coming up on 50, almost 52 minutes. We're probably gonna be wrapping it up here within the next 5-ish minutes. Unless you guys don't have questions, then we'll end it sooner. But if you do, ask away. Any last minute questions? So I'll wait for people to ask questions. Eric, what I will ask you is anything, without giving away too much information, anything in the future you planning on for the truck or the channel or anything?
Right now I'm kind of at a standstill. I ain't got much going on. I do want to do I'm thinking air dog or fleece lift pump. That's up in the air right now. Personally, I already have the filter relocation kit in the back of the truck, kind of by my fuel tank. So I'm thinking of a fleece drop-in pump, kind of like what Steve did. Just easier to mess with. And like I watched one of your videos actually the other day about when you did your air dog, you're drilling into the tank. I just don't know if I want to do that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm trying to make my mind centered about this keeping it a daily driver, because there are some outrageous stuff I'd like to do, but if I go one way, then it won't be practical. So I'm trying to keep it practical and build another truck later on down the line and keeping the mega cab. So we will see. And just like, everything that I want to do now is, 5 to 10 grand a pop. So gotta relax on the mods right now.
So,
do some small things.
So what I will say though, Eric, and when I did the air dog in my truck, there wasn't, police didn't have that pump out. Yeah. For a cat trying to keep it as stock as possible, it goes for anybody. If you're trying to keep your truck as stock as possible, you want the cleanest stock look. Can't go wrong with the fleece in-tank lift pump. People who have ran it, which Steve is one of them, Beast Project, he ran one, and can't go wrong with it. It runs great. You get the correct fuel pressure. The only thing I can say, I guess you could say, miss out on, or if it's a disadvantage, is the aeration. The removing of the air from the fuel prior to going into the combustion chamber, because it allows for a cleaner burn. But if I think about it in a certain way, by having a higher performing fuel pump, it's pumping fuel at a more consistent, higher pressure rate. Therefore, the fuel should be going in a lot more solid. And that's how I look at it in my mind. I might be wrong. I don't know. But
I think like your fuel pressure, and MKS just jumped in here as well. I know he's running an air dog, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he's running the air dog, and the fuel pump pressure on my truck it's constant. It's about 12 psi, 12 to 15 psi, depending on the day. And it's right before it goes into the CP3. So there's no like false readings on that. And from what I've heard, the the fleece pump is about the same. It maybe bump it up to 18 psi. And I think that's the same as an air dog. So for my application, it'll work just fine.
Yeah. And the biggest thing people will say about the air dog or a lift pump aftermarket is you'll get the consistent pressure, but you'll also it'll maintain it even when there's a demand on the engine. So it's drawing more fuel. You know, you might have 12, but instead of dropping down to 5, it'll stay at 12, 15, 18, whatever the PSI is at.
Yeah.
So this is a little food for thought for anybody out there who's been debating that subject. In my opinion, you can't really go wrong either way.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what we got here. It's good to see you in the chat. I was just texting MKS Performance earlier about that 4th gen brake light leaking. That's gotten a lot of people.
Yeah.
Justin Jolly, you see the upper and lower control arms from Hooker? No, I have not, man. Yeah, I haven't. Honest opinion on the Fox shocks you ran on your truck. We both got Fox shocks. You got Foxes.
Yeah,
right?
I got Foxes.
My opinion is this: I have Fox 2.0s, which is like the basic entry level Fox shocks. It's very basic. In my opinion, on a smooth road, they ride really good. At lower speeds, they kind of handle bumps kind of crappy. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of harsh. Comparing them, and I'm going off of my rough country shocks, by the way, too. They kind of, you know, if I'm going under 55, 60 miles an hour, and let's say I hit a pothole in the road, I feel it. I don't know if it's because the tires are just massive or if it's because the shocks aren't doing their job. But I do feel it. But what I will say, though, is on a smooth road, they ride really good. On highway speeds, they ride really good. I like them. I'm a big fan of them. I've even considered going to the reservoir version. Some people say it's not. I'm not. But what about you, Eric? What do you think about the Fox shocks?
I think they ride great, and I got the dual shock hoop up front, so some say that can be a negative. I've talked to Steve at Beast Projects about it. I know he went to the single shock with Resi after he had the dual shock hoop. He said it rode better. I thought about going back to it. I'm kind of up in the air. I've actually thought about doing dual shocks with Resis in the front as well, just adding that setup. So we'll see. You know, my truck's got pretty low mileage on it, so my shocks are going to be good for a while. And,
so what is the shock? The shock. I've never even thought about that. What is that for?
The dual shock hoop.
Yeah.
It's more. I guess it's more for your off-road crowd. It's more for you know, bouncing back from there and putting a lot of wear and tear on it. Obviously, my truck doesn't go off-road. I think the person that bought it before me did it for looks, which a lot of people do. I mean, it's like $1,000 option. And essentially, the dual shock hoop itself, you're only really paying like $150, $200 each for. You're paying actually for 2 more shocks when you have that option. So, thought about powder coating it. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. All right. We got Ryan says ran a Borg Warner for almost a year now with the Banks 4-inch Monster Ram. If you're,
is it your foot?
That's one. One, your foot.
Yeah.
2, were you getting better? Were you getting 16 to 18 with the 467 or without it? I was gonna say, if your mileage dropped after you did the 467, that is going to be a little normal, especially if you're on stock fuel. It requires more. A 467 compared to a stock turbo requires more energy to get up and start to spool your engine. So what that means is, if it needs more energy, the engine has to work a little harder, which means your engine is going to use more fuel, essentially. When I put my 467 in on my truck, when I first did one, I did notice I think I noticed like a half a mile, maybe a mile per gallon less. That's just the name of the game. Really no way around that. If I tell people this, I don't buy a diesel truck for mileage. I buy it because I want to look good and I like the way they drive and they're fun. But if mileage is a thing, you might want to go down to something that's smaller, like a 363, 464, even a 366 SXC is a very good option. The reason being, 467 needs more turbine energy in order to get it to get up and going. I'm not saying it's laggy, but it needs more compared to, let's say, a 58 millimeter turbine housing, where now on your 467 you probably have an 83 or 87 millimeter turbine housing. It's going to require more exhaust pressure or drive pressure drive that turbine. So essentially, it's going to burn more fuel. So yeah, that's just the way it is, man. The other thing too is, you know, fuel injector cleaners. I don't know if your injectors are dirty and stuff like that, but you know, there's a lot of things that can go into play.
Yeah, I'll get off here.
And you're running low boost fueling too. Yeah, I see it.
Hey Cam, I'm gonna get off of here, bud. I gotta get some stuff taken care of. We're about to have some dinner. So
what's up? All right, brother, man. Well, Eric, thank you so much for joining, man. You guys, make sure y'all check out Eric's channel, OKC67 on YouTube. He came on here Sunday night evening. Guest Eric, thank you so much for joining, man.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for having me again, bro.
It was good. It was good chatting with you, man. You take care.
All right, you guys have a good night.
All right, thanks, brother. Peace out. All right, that was Eric, OKC67. I appreciate him joining us tonight. So we're actually at an hour right now, so I'm gonna be wrapping up with you guys. But obviously, I appreciate y'all joining me. Check out my 3rd gen 6.7 Daniel True Power. All right, then, brother. Shoot me a message on Instagram. Everything_diesel. And Kaz said he'd run the fleece intake clean install for sure. Yeah, man. A lot of people like that because it's the clean OEM look. You know, there's no drilling in the tank. There's no running new fuel lines and, you know, relay harnesses and all that stuff. Definitely is a clean look. You know, like if I got, let's say I got a 5th gen. If I got a 5th gen, I'd probably run the fleece intake because 1, I'm not going to be using the truck for dragging, and 2, it's just simple. You just drop the tank, take the basket out, put the new one in, hook her up, and go from there. Reginald said, if you're worried about MPGs, buy a Prius or go get compounds. Compounds will take care of that issue because your engine uses way less energy to drive over a single turbo. So they definitely agree. All right, you guys. So we're here at an hour and almost 2 minutes now. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for joining. Remember, hope you guys have a good President's Day, whether you work or you're off. If you're off, I hope you can spend time with your family or do whatever hobbies and passions you enjoy. I appreciate you guys coming again. So once again, you guys, thank you so much for joining. Take care. Have a good week. And I will see you guys soon in the next video upload, and we'll just go from there. Okay, you guys? Peace out.